Thank you for coming. This is the office of the spokesperson of this cultural institution. We are here to address you on a number of issues around concerns, achievements. That is part of our work to ensure that we inform the public. We have had situations where a group or persons appear to masquerade around. We want to tell the public strongly, or anybody who is masquerading as also a cultural leader in this community. You cannot have a community such as ours cannot have two cultural leaders. One, the gazetted cultural leader is gazetted within the laws of Uganda. The Cultural Leaders Act and the Constitution of Uganda, those are the instruments. And anybody quoting the Cultural Leaders Act must have been gazetted through it. So if you are not gazetted through it, then you will be just quoting a wrong instrument that you don't associate yourself with. You are aware that sometime back when the government gave guidance and said that the appropriate description and designation is Bugisu or the Umukuka Bugisu. Denoting the area that the cultural leader is riding into. Some groups left us, they broke off to form what they call the rescue team, the Mayatsa rescue team. We said, fine, you rescue. Apparently, we saw them turning around that quoting the constitution, because for them they said they believe in the constitution of Mayatsa, they do not believe in the constitution of Uganda. But we have seen them several times wanting to quote now the constitution of Uganda, which is a little bit unfortunate. We want to tell them, want to assure them, and want to alert them that masquerading around carries 100 years in prison. Because there are a series of offenses they are committing. First of all, they have been moving around fighting government projects. How? By wanting to collect money to fund Bali Public University. His Highness the Umukuka met the president, including our Prime Minister, Dr. Paul Mango, myself, and the wife, or Her Highness, the wife of the Umukuka. And one of the notable issues brought to the attention of the president was the issue of Bugisu or Bali Public University. And the president said, okay, you okayed it. So if government has granted us a university and is going to fund it as we speak, why would some people move around to collect money purportedly to fund the university? We want to use these platforms, we want to use all new media to alert the world that no Masara, no Ugandan should be able to release any single coin, because that money is for ill intentions. We know what they want to use that money for. They want to use that money to destabilize this region. That one is a message we pass out to those who are masquerading around. And we also warn some radio stations, especially the Open Gate and a few presenters in the station. We are particularly concerned about the conduct of some presenters, music anchors in the OPG radio station. Firstly, the radio station must ensure that the news they release out is authentic. The news they release out is not meant to jeopardize and cause confusion within the community. But apparently, after getting some coins from some other groups, you find that they're giving very toxic news to our people out there. So we want to alert them that we shall not hesitate to write to UCC so that OPG is switched off from the airs. And we also ask for an apology to Umukuka for them airing wrong news, which is technically to mislead our people. Yes. And I did an interview. I've never done interviews at 4 in the night. I was doing an interview with the online platforms because I called him. I said, "This is our message. We are concerned. We have OPG, which has been airing out wrong news. Not even yesterday." And in video called Emma, whom I don't know very well, Emma Watundu, reading out a cabinet or something. You cannot run a cultural institution in a toilet or a bedroom. The cultural institution has an office. So anybody who claims that wants to do Umukuka should fight to enter here, not addressing Bamasaba in a culture, in a bedroom, in a toilet. We are against that. This Umukuka and the culture of Atupu is supposed to be something very supreme that nobody should play around with. If you want to be a cultural leader of Bamasaba, you fight to enter the leadership through proper legal channels as said as proposed by the law. What does the law say? The law says, you know, culture is regulated by law. It is laws that regulate culture. Many of our people think that culture is legal than law. I gave you an example of an English king. An English king who asked his chief justice and asked him, and they said, James Cook, that was the chief, and I asked him and said, you James, the way you see me, the king, and the law who is high. The chief justice told him that your highness, you are high, but the law is higher than what? Than you. So Ugandan laws are the ones that say you elect and have Umukuka Gazette. You cannot just elect without following that. That's why we never had the Umukuka in the 90s, because there was no law that gave us authority to do that. So what our people using all these media platforms present for us to ensure that we follow the law, because the law that brings the Umukuka. Culture alone cannot, let me emphasize that one. Culture alone cannot bring a cultural leader. Culture, chiminiyo ngocho nyene, ichirero Umukuka, chiminiyo ngocho nyene chikurera uwe kumwendo. Bafora kumwendo inga achikudude ye bukalasi, ibulambuli, eye yo kalucherera, nebo aromori Umukuka. Bamwe moto, bamwe basiri hali, abe in the official office, then you need the law, and that is the Cultural Leaders Act. So we want our people to clearly follow that. We don't want radio stations that mislead. We are very happy that a number of radio stations like IUIFM, UBC Radio, Signal FM, BCU Radio, Big FM, Time FM, Faith FM, and others know the message very well. They have done very well to give people the rightful information. And any radio that will give wrong information, such as OPG, we shall say no, don't mislead our communities. Yes. If we ran out from Mayatsa, as is alleged, as these other things are alleged, if they say the Umukuka 3 left Mayatsa, yes, we have left it. You take it up, but don't quote the laws, because when you see there's a number of their correspondents, they are quoting the Cultural Leaders Act, which is a law of parliament. They are quoting the Constitution of Uganda, which is a law of what? Of government. Why can't they quote Mayatsa Constitution in their appointments? Why can't they say premise or section this of the Mayatsa we are appointing you? Why are they quoting the law? Because for us it is very true. After realizing that Mayatsa was a Malawi project, we left it. And the government said no. Mayatsa has issues, but the Umukuka comes in through the Cultural Leaders Act. Now government said this is the law that regulates you, and that's what we are following. Now, if for them they form the committee to rescue the Mayatsa, and we said okay, have it. Why are they using Ugandan laws in their appointments? Why can't they quote the Mayatsa what constitution their appointments? 2, this building belongs to us. This one fully, and we're going to take more buildings. Because this is the cultural leader of this community, not Izu. Izu is not a cultural institution. Izu is just an artificial description. It's not cultural. 2, it is Umukuka 3 and my office that helped to trace, using some of you and NTV and Monitor, to trace the singer, the composer of the Bamasaba cultural anthem. We traced her, Madame Catherine Hanyiga. I'm the one that traced her. I said as a spokesperson I should do something. And it was an idea that I developed myself and pushed it through, contacted the relevant media officers until an interview was conducted. We had an interview in her home. Because it was an issue, and how do you interview somebody who composed an anthem sometime back? Media was saying, is this news? How do you? But because people, I talk to them and say, okay, we shall see how to help you out. We put her on air, put her on TV, we mobilized a small token, brought her here, this house, brought her here, and gave her 1 million shillings, and many other titles, honorary titles by the Umukuka himself. That was done. Now, all these people who are saying about the anthem have well contributed even a coin, because the lady, may her soul rest in eternal peace, she said she was not even given a coin. So when we see people who want to claim, who want to reap where they have not sown, you want to reap where you do not sow, it is very, very, very disturbing. We want to use this platform and warn Mayatsa that as we prepare for Imba, anybody found in the field collecting money without authority of the Umukuka here, the cells are not small. Because today I might even take it to the police station to check how sufficient space in the station. Wherever we play around, we shall have you locked here at Bali CPS. Maruk is here. The place is not sufficient space. We do not want anybody to time to steal money for Imba. You know, this is the bordering on Imba. They are trying to maneuver so that they are able to pick some cash. We are telling Mayatsa that we are very much aware about their sinister motive. Yes.